Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, good day. Wherever you are, whenever you're seeing this, I hope you are good. So guys, today we are going to be talking about how to attract opportunities and how to become a magnet for opportunities. Okay, so let's get right into it. I hope you guys have been good. I hope you guys have been enjoying the fall energy and the fall weather wherever you have been. Make sure you guys check down below in the description box to get into everything, to check into the podcast, to book a session with me, to get your self-led tarot course, business mentoring. What else is going on? We're in the book club. We are going to be starting chapters 8 through 10 in the book club next week. We are currently reading You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay, and it's been very, very nice. So if you want to participate in the book club, make sure you guys follow Faded Counsel on Instagram. That's where everything is now. The book club, all of my inspirational tea. You can find everything on Faded Counsel, the Instagram. So get into it. But yes, I hope you guys have been good. I hope you guys have been enjoying the energies and enjoying the fall. I have been super, super busy, but you guys know it is a joy to come to you guys whenever I can. So I have two very, very good videos cooking up for y'all. This is going to be the first one. Let's get into it. How to attract more opportunities and become a magnet for opportunity. So guys, we know that manifesting, being in the right place at the right time, connecting with people who want to give you things, being up for that promotion or connecting with the space, and it's exactly what you've been waiting for. You know, we all desire to be in spaces like that. We all desire to be in alignment with whatever good things God has for us, whatever blessings God has for us, because as we go throughout life, we are always destined to step in good things, whatever that may look like for us. It might be a great relationship. It might be a good friendship. It might be you giving people advice. It might be you elevating people on social media. It might be you learning something new all the time, or you building your own business from scratch, or what have you. There's blessings for us all throughout life, just like there are obstacles for us and frustrations for us and things like that. So when you are wanting to attract more blessings, attract more opportunities, attract more new paths, attract more fresh starts, I think a really good trick or new way of being is to kind of see it as a new way of being and to really challenge yourself to think differently. Because if you want to attract opportunities, you have to be ready for an opportunity at every moment. And that's what I've been telling people. Like every time I talk to somebody, or I, am motivating somebody, or I'm just having a conversation with somebody, what's been ringing in my head lately has just been to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Stay ready so you're not scrambling at the last minute to try to get everything together. Like, we need to stay ready. Like, by now you've been praying and praying and praying and praying. So you should know what you want. You should have a clear vision of what you want, and you should also know what it's going to take to step into that. And you might not know it fully, but you should be ready to learn, and you should be ready to do it once you start learning. You know, it might take you years until you connect with the right people that are going to set you up for where you need to be, or until you even have the money to do what you need to do. But whenever you have it, do it. Whenever you have it, be ready, be ready for the opportunity. There are so many things that if I would have missed the opportunity, I would have missed it immediately. If I would have missed my window, I wouldn't have been there. And honestly, I think everything in life is like that. I don't think that anything is sitting around waiting for us. If you aren't there when you're supposed to be there, you're going to miss it. Anything that has come into my life, the best things in my life, it's crazy how it came into my life, or it was so random, or it was at the time that I needed it the most, almost as if it was destined to be that way. Like, the good things in our life are literally handed to us on a bow. We don't know what package our lessons are going to be in. We don't know what packages are going to, bring us the obstacles. We don't know what gift is going to, show us something. It's going to give us something, but show us something maybe more than it's going to give us or make our lives easier. We don't know. We don't know what's going to come from anything in life, but we have to be ready to deal with it. A lot of opportunities come with taking risks, come with stress, come with having to face your doubt, come with having to deal with other people around you that might not like you, or might not think like you, or might not want to support you, comes with doing a lot of things on your own without support, comes with not knowing if you made the right choice until later and later down the line, and you just have to hope and have faith, and then maybe realizing you didn't make the right choice and having to do it all over again. That happens. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall down. That is everything that you're going to experience on a new path, in a new opportunity. The issues that you have in life aren't going to be solved by more blessings or more abundance. To whom much is given, much is required. To whom much is given, much is required. You cannot ask for the world and then think that, who do you think is going to take care of the world? Like, who do you think is going to come in and take care of that for you and make, The blessings that we get are not like, living in a smart house where you wake up and your bed is made for you, and then you go to the bathroom and you just stand there and yawn, and while you're yawning, the toothbrush is flying in front of your face and the toothpaste is being put on the toothbrush and then your teeth are being automatically brushed. That is not what it looks like when you are stepping into opportunities, getting blessings, getting gifts. It just does not look like that. It just doesn't. The gifts that you get, the blessings, and when I say gifts, I don't mean like our psychic gifts, I mean the gifts, like literally the blessings from God, the things that are wrapped in a very pretty package, like a new job or a new partner or a new friend, or, opportunities. We are excited about opportunities. Like, that's why you click this video. That's why I made this video. I love new opportunities. I love a new opportunity. I love a new opportunity, and I love being ready. However I can be ready, I want to be ready. If that means be more organized, be more time efficient, love myself more, speak more positively to myself, have a support system of people that I talk to on a regular basis about what I'm doing, creating a schedule, just whatever that means, I have to do it. Whatever that means, I have to do it because I want to be ready to take it on. I want to be ready to put something else on my plate. It's like sitting there with a plate and being ready for something to be added to your plate, but you don't know where they're going to put it. So you got to leave a little room everywhere. So anywhere they put it is going to be okay. That's literally how you have to get ready for opportunities. And when you get in that mindset, you will have thing after thing after thing after thing coming into your life, because then you're ready to receive. That is how you prepare yourself to receive, by being ready for what you're stepping into, by having a genuine desire, even if you just have a genuine desire to do the work. Because some people are in situations where maybe they don't know how to get themselves ready for success. So don't feel like, oh, well, I don't know how I need to prepare for this opportunity. Like if you have an opportunity or something you want, like a goal, and you're like, how am I supposed to start now? You might not know how to get into it, but having a desire to want to know will bring you into the spaces where you're able to learn. And sometimes you learn through the process. Sometimes you'll get something and you don't feel ready for it, but God is like, you're ready. And through this, you're going to learn. Because that's another thing too. I think we always feel like we're so ready for the things we ask for. I want this new job. I want this new relationship, yada, yada, yada. You don't know what's going to come with that. You have no clue. And the gag is, if we knew, am I the only one still saying the gag is? Are people still saying the gag is, y'all, or is it just me? I'm going to keep saying it because I love it. The gag is, when you step into these new spaces, if you knew everything that was going to happen when you were in it, it would ruin the whole thing. It would ruin the whole thing. We wouldn't want it if we knew what was going to happen. Like if before you had a kid, God came and showed you and was like, this is what this child is going to put you through when they're 16. This is what they're going to put you through with their first partner. This is what they're going to put you through when they're in this stage. This is what you're going to go through with them. This is what you're going to deal with when they have their first kid. Some people maybe would be like, oh, I might not want to do this then, but that's not how life is. We don't have a choice about whether we want the good or a bad out of something that comes into our life. We can't only choose to accept the good. So I think being ready is how you become a magnet, but also understanding what you're asking for. You're asking for more responsibility. You're essentially asking for more burden because you don't know what you're going to be dealing with. Like my job has definitely been a blessing to me. But there are certain things that I've had to deal with and move around and navigate differently because of my job. It's still a great blessing. But if I would have known some of the things that I would have had to deal with and get accustomed to, I probably would have been like, I don't know about doing this. And that's why it's not up to me. That's why it's not up to me. That's why it's up to God. That's why we only have to be shown, little snippets of things before we're able to step into it. And the things that we experience make us better. The things that we experience show us things, because the things that I've had to go through, but I'm going to just continue to use my job as an example. The things that I've had to go through in this space, they have shown me a lot of things. They've shown the people around me a lot of things. It's been 10 times of what came out of it than maybe what was a hiccup in it. There was something way better that came out of it. And, that's how you know the work is working. That's how you know the work is working, that even though maybe this seemed like a terrible thing for you to be dealing with in the moment, did it get handled? Were you able to move through it? Were you able to get yourself through it? I think that's when you know that you're able to handle what God is giving you, because a lot of times when stuff gets too hard, we leave, we quit, we give up, we internalize it, we make it about ourselves. Our insecurities start to speak to us and say, see, you're not ready for this, see, you're not prepared for this. And we have to remind ourselves, God would not have put me here for me to be left looking stupid. I knew when I stepped into this, I was 100% sure. And that's another thing. I don't do anything without being 100% sure that that's what God wants me to do. So talk to God a lot. Have conversations with the one that's going to give you the opportunity and blessing. You know, have conversations with God all the time. Like, this feels really, really good. I think this is going to be really, really good. Let me get confirmation that this is going to be really, really good. Like, let me know I'm supposed to be here. Let me know this is my person. Let me know this is my gift. Let me know this is my lane. You know, and we get that strong confirmation. We feel great about it. And then we get in it and something happens and we're like, oh my God, did I miss the sign? Did I do the wrong thing? Because sometimes we can feel like this can't be what I'm supposed to deal with. I know you didn't give me this faith to be like this. This can't be what it's supposed to be. That's really how we feel. And that's why we have to humble ourselves too. Humility is a really great tool if you want to attract more abundance and opportunities and manifestations and whatever you want, opportunities in this life. Because humility says, however you want to give it to me, I'm ready to receive it. I'm going to deal with it with my head held high. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to take the good. I'm going to take the bad. And I'm going to be grateful no matter what. I'm going to show up no matter what. I'm going to have a smile on my face no matter what. And I was telling my best friend earlier today that I don't do what I want to do anymore. I don't do what I want to do. I do what's right. Because I don't always want to do the right thing. I'm not only ruled by what's right and what's wrong. You know, I don't think any of us, some of us, you know, I am now, but I don't think everybody, and I'm doing this, honey, because I am a sergeant for the Lord, honey. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of work and a lot of checking yourself when you do what is right versus just doing what you feel like doing. You know, you might feel like doing something out of anger, out of jealousy, out of spite, out of impatience, out of frustration, out of confusion, out of self-hate, out of self-pity. And that might not be the right thing, even though that's what you feel like doing. And I heard a scripture and read a scripture a while back that I thought about today while I was talking about this to my friend, that is a scripture that says, like, don't trust your heart, because something about how your heart can trick you, or your heart has done this or has done this. And I was like, dang, I shouldn't trust my heart. Like, what does that really mean? And that person explained it in the video, but of course I'm stubborn. So I was like, what does that mean? I need to see it for myself. You know, I need to see my own life. And then I was like, that's what that means. You know, that your heart can betray you sometimes. Sometimes your heart wants what you shouldn't have. Sometimes your heart really thinks that, you know, the best thing for your heart to be a sentiment of is what affects you and what doesn't. That's really the only thing your heart can tell you. Your heart can't really tell you what's right and what's wrong sometimes. Your heart can tell you what feels good to you and what doesn't, but sometimes we get conditioned in a certain way where we think that what isn't right feels good. You know, some of us have been so deeply in love with people who are toxic for us because we feel like love and that is possible. Some of us have formed attachments with people who need us, and then we can't be there for them, you know, and when we can't be there for them, they call us out our name and they're nasty to us and they make us feel like a bad friend, and we feel like a bad friend, so we go back to doing whatever we can for this person, and we get the high again. You know, it's like we aren't always doing the right thing. We're not always led to the right relationships. You know, I've said a lot of things out of anger and spite. I'm never meeting anybody again. I'm never going to trust anybody again. I'm over this. I'm done with this. Like, I've said all kinds of stuff out of spite, and I've done a lot of stuff out of spite too. So I know that I can't always just do what I want to do. Like, sometimes I have to really focus on what's right in this situation and do that. So I think that's a good way to navigate opportunities. Ask yourself what's right. Focus on what's right and what's wrong instead of focusing on what feels right to you. Because if you don't feel good, you really can't trust your own judgment. And I think when we get a good relationship with ourselves, we can do that, because when I'm making decisions, I'm not thinking of me making decisions. I'm thinking of somebody else that's kind of like steering me and making these decisions. And that somebody is me. But that's the way I have to think about it. Like, I know she really want to get off right now, but she's going to have to rein it in and pray for them instead. I know she really wants to jump across this table right now, but she's not going to do that. She's going to rein it back in and pray instead and do the other thing instead. You know, like, I know she really wants to quit right now. I know she's not feeling like she can do it. I know she wants to be lazy and stay in the bed, but I have to make this happen. You know, like, I have to see myself as somebody that really wants to take the easy way out every single day, and somebody that is excited by the chase. Because those are two people that I have inside of me, and I'm sure you guys have the same. That's why you want the opportunities and you're hungry for the opportunities. But when you get them, you're like, child, I ain't about to do all that. I gotta do this. I don't know about that. But humility is really, really great because it lets you always know that you're never too big for a lesson. You're never too far along where you can't learn and where you can't be used to teach others. And when you're being used to teach others, it's going to be difficult because they're going to have to see how God works through you. So people will, do certain things to you so God can put you in situations where people can see, you see how they handled it? I want y'all to do the same thing. You being the they that they're talking about. Like sometimes God will put you in spaces where you can handle things in a healthy way, in a God-led way, in a divine way, where you can protect your energy and navigate certain situations. And then you'll be like, ooh, dang, this almost took me out, but it didn't. Like y'all know those types of situations where you come across somebody that's crazy or you're in an uncomfortable situation. And for a second, you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, why am I here? Like, what is going on? And then you pause for a second, you navigate through that thing, baby. You come through the other side, you like, woo, almost got me. Some of us are in spaces like that, so God can be like, see what they did? Y'all take some notes, like some of us are Job, in our families and in our lives, where people have to see you suffer and still keep a smile on your face and still pray, still make it happen, still make it out of it, never lose hope, never for a second think it ain't gonna work out, immediately get to it, immediately get to figuring it out, immediately get to bouncing back, immediately get to saying what I'm about to do with this. Some of the times we have to be shown that and we have to feel that way to be an example for other people. And if you're stepping into a lot of opportunities and you're very blessed and very abundant, please believe that God is going to be using you as an example. And that's the difference between good things that come from God and good things that come from other places. Because people always say, oh, we don't know who's giving these people this, and the devil can bless people too. Yeah, the devil does, but the devil also makes you very comfortable on earth. For as long as you can, until the police come and get you. Until the feds come and get you. Now you're locked up. Now you're in the clink where you need to be. Shout out to everybody that's getting locked up and the people that's locking them up. Shout out to them in the sense of, I'm glad you're there. And shout out to everybody in the sense of, thank you for speaking up. I'm so glad that everything is coming to the light and people are getting locked up. But when the devil blesses people with things, or when people step into things through evil means, through manipulative means, that earthly happiness that they have where everything is bliss and everything is perfect, please, their souls are starving. The only thing that is eating is their flesh. That's the only thing that's eating. Some of us are only surviving because our spirits are so strong. Our physical is literally beat to a pulp, but our spirit is so strong. Your spirit is strong. So you're already strong enough and equipped enough for everything that you're gonna, face in life. That's the blessing and the great thing about life. Like everything that you're gonna experience through these opportunities and through these, new blessings, like everything you're gonna have to learn to prepare for it and maintain it and sustain it. You're already prepared with that knowledge right now. You already have those tools to go out there and make those things happen and heal those things within yourself and recognize what you need to do and finally do it, You just need to hear certain things and see certain things to make you say, okay, maybe I need to step into this, or maybe this would be better for me to do, or maybe this would be better for me to do. But opportunities give you a chance to handle everything for yourself. It gives you a chance to shift your perspective. It gives you a chance to see yourself do things in real time. An opportunity is kind of like a test. It is a test, like an opportunity is like your finals, like now that you've done this, here's your graduation. Are you going to be able to use everything that you've been taught to make it across the stage, honey? Or are you going to fall up the stairs because your shoes are too high and you really weren't, as prepared? Or you immediately just reverted back to the old stuff instead of giving the new stuff a chance, and that's something that you have to work on with you. This isn't something that can be done with an accountability partner. This isn't something that can be done with somebody tapping on your shoulder and being like, hey, you can do this. This isn't even something that can be done with a list of affirmations on your wall. This is something that you have to have in your head and in your heart. This is why people say, this is why in the Bible it says to keep the word of God written in your heart. Because if it's there, you can always remind yourself of those things. That's why we say the affirmations, right? That's why we try to change our subconscious. So when we're in these moments, we have good, positive things to say, to tell ourselves instead of the other stuff that will make us do the other stuff. You want to get in a space where you can counsel yourself and lead yourself through things. And if you want to be able to attract opportunities, you have to be able to counsel yourself. You have to be able to counsel yourself and tell yourself, it's okay, keep moving forward, recognize this, you're in this because of this. You're in this because of this. Why are you here? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this for? What is this for? What is this for? Ask the questions. Have a conversation with God. Pick God's brain. Figure out what God wants you to step into. Like, literally. I ask God so many questions all the time. What is this for? What is this for? What is this for? What does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? Is this right? Is this okay? Like, I am asking a million questions all the time because everything that I'm experiencing, I'm learning more about how God works, and that's going to be the next video that I do for you guys. But I'm learning more about how God works, and you have to respond to what God is doing. And I think that's also how you attract opportunities. Respond to what God is doing in your life, even the little things. Well, it's all big things, right? But respond to what God is doing in your life. When you see those things happen and you see stuff moving and you're confused and you're like, what was I just doing? What led me here? How am I back here? Have a conversation with the person that put you there. You know, we ask everybody else but him. Why we do that? Why do we do that? We ask everybody else but God. So I think it would be great for us to really, really talk to God about, you know, who we need to be to receive more things. Point blank period. Who do I need to be to receive more things? I want more things. I want more good things. I want more healing things. I want more joyful things. I want more happy things. I want more wealthy things. I want more things that will get me closer to you, get me closer to my purpose, get me closer to understanding true happiness, true joy, true peace. You know, if you focus on manifesting and attracting the things that are going to help you and heal you, you'll always get the right stuff. You know, I always tell people don't worry about money because money is always going to come to you, and money doesn't equate to happiness or joy or peace or anything. You know, growing up with money doesn't mean that you don't have childhood trauma. Having money in your marriage doesn't mean it's going to work. Your parents having money doesn't mean you have a good childhood. You having money doesn't mean you have a good life. You know, we put a lot of pressure on the things, but there's a lot of ways to live really well with a lot less things, you know, or thrifted things, you know, or you know, like, it doesn't have to be what you see on Instagram, you know, it can be whatever you want it to be. And I think that's another way as well to just attract opportunities, just being flexible, being open to being whoever God needs you to be, whatever that may mean for you in a season, because I'm going to be this person no matter how much I have, no matter whether things are going good or bad for me. I might not always look like this, but I'm going to be her. Like, nothing is going to change that. So as long as you are you, you can experience the fullness of life in any moment. You don't need the thing. You can experience the fullness of life because you are what you're really experiencing, you know? And when we want to experience the fullness of life, we think that we're not there yet because we think of all the things that we're missing. When in reality, the stuff that you're missing, and maybe things that you need, but it also might just be you. It might just be what you're not, you know, destined for, you know? Everybody isn't destined for everything. So we can't always look at what we're not and think that we need to become that to be happy or to have certain things, because certain things you aren't or you don't have is because that's not what you're supposed to have. Of course, we're going to gain certain things and certain traits, and we're going to change, but there's a lot of things that some of us will never be or never experience, and it's okay. So just being open to whatever those opportunities are going to be, being open to whatever it may look like, and focus on what you want from those things. I wanted security. I wanted stability. I wanted a really, really great routine. I wanted a space where my voice could be heard and where I could be creative and where I could use the skills that I had already learned through all of my years of experience working for myself. And that's exactly what I got. There's some other things thrown in there, but that's exactly what I got for the most part, you know. So I think that everything that we're supposed to have, we already want it, or we're going to want it in the future. But focus on the things that you want this new job, new person, new connection to bring you. Be open. Be ready to accept whatever is going to come from that opportunity, good or bad. Be able to have conversations with yourself and counsel yourself through what you're going to be experiencing in that space. Be ready to recognize how it's going to make you better and how it's going to change you. Talk to God on a regular basis and have questions about, what does this mean? What am I supposed to take from this? Be in constant spaces of evolution. Always be learning. Always be asking yourself, what is this? What is this? What is this? Do whatever you have to do to make it make sense to you, so you can get to a space where you can see what you need to see, understand what you need to understand, and really, really, really feel good about it, you know? really feel good about it, and really be at a space where you can understand maybe why you had to do certain things, or, you know, why certain things have to come along with this, because we can't always get the great things without everything that comes along with it. And when you manifest so hard the best things in life, but you know for a fact you're not ready for anything that comes along with it, and behind every prayer, you're literally screaming, I'm not ready for A, B, C, and D, through your actions, through what you're telling yourself on a daily basis, through how you let people treat you, you'll never get to what that prayer is. And then you start to think that, oh, God isn't hearing me. You know, when in reality, even when you ask for something, it's a reflection of, are you ready? Whenever you pray and ask for something, immediately you should ask yourself, am I ready for this? And if I'm not, then let me get ready. And getting ready allows you to attract it. Getting ready allows you to connect with it. And you get ready for different things in different ways. You know, if you're ready for, you know, a partner, if you're ready for a baby, if you're ready to move, if you want to break a certain generational curse, if you want to leave behind a certain addiction or a certain fear, whatever specific thing you want to let go of, you have to be ready for that. So ask yourself who you need to be to welcome that in. Ask yourself who you need to be to welcome that in. And if you don't know, do some research, read some books about, you know, people that have healed themselves or gotten themselves to a certain level. You know, figure out what you've seen, figure out why you even want that, figure out what you feel that will bring to your life. Do more thinking behind what opportunities you want and what you feel it's going to do for you. Give yourself a chance to understand and ask questions, pray, get the clarity right now, ask questions about what you need to be doing, and be ready to do it. You know, I think that it's very, very fulfilling. Like I mentioned, everything that I've had to experience, let me say this again because it might have been buried in everything else I said. Anything that I've gone through, honey, anything that I've gone through, and every beautiful thing that I have, all of the beautiful things in my life, the things that I've gone through in those situations, the greatness that has come from those situations that have not been super comfortable outweighs the discomfort of that situation. And that doesn't even count the amazing relationship or the amazing opportunity. Like, it's like an opportunity is a quilt, and there might be like one square of that quilt that is like a lesson that you have to go through. And maybe a couple of other squares, you know, later down the line, but the majority of what you're looking at is the gift. That's the majority of it. But because we're so hyper-focused on what doesn't work, we see what doesn't work and we're like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Was the candle wrong? Did I read it wrong? You know, literally, we immediately start thinking about what we did wrong instead of just being like, okay, what's the right thing for me to do in this situation? You know, what's the right thing for me to do here? And also, why am I here? What has happened? Why has this happened? You know, am I learning something new? Is there someone near me learning something new? Like, what is this? Because a lot of times the stuff that you go through, like I mentioned, it's not about you. It's about somebody else looking from the other side, you know? So, yeah. But I think that overall, you know, I'm trying to get us ready for everything that we're stepping into next year. It's definitely a lot of really great things on the way. I'm very, very, very excited about it. And I hope you guys are excited about it as well. So yes, that is today's video, guys, about how to prepare to accept more opportunities, be ready for more opportunities, attract more opportunities, and become a magnet for opportunity as well. Make sure you guys comment down below and let me know how you felt about this video and certain things that spoke to you and what have you. But I appreciate you guys. I thank you guys for being here as always. Also, remember you can check down below to book sessions with me, to follow on the Instagrams, to make sure you're keeping up with everything, listen to the podcast, all that, and then some. Get into it down below. But yes, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all, and I love y'all, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Bless.